Michael Van Runkle here for HotCars.com. I'm at the Peterson Automotive Museum in Los Angeles to check out the new Nissan Z. Now we've all seen the leaked images, we've seen the press photos, we've seen that they're putting in a twin turbo V6 and a 6-speed manual, but I'm excited to get up close and personal with this car and check out more of how they're combining the design of the old retro 240Z, 260Z, 280Z, and sort of the styling of the 350Z and the 370Z in a modern package. They won't let me drive it quite yet, but they are gonna let me fire this car up. It's a pre-production unit, so not everything works 100%, and there's stickers on it saying that we can't drive it. But stay tuned, because we're gonna crank that engine. In the meantime, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out. Thanks. We got to start with the front end because this grille has definitely changed from the early teasers of that bright yellow car. You can see a little bit more designy focused. It's not quite as perfectly vertical and square as the early cars were, but I love the long hood, very classic Z, and sort of the overall shape is great. Some little things that I might point out. The door handles are a little weird, but they actually work pretty well. And I'm not quite sure about this line that continues on past for the hatchback here. But you open up the hatchback with this little Nissan button, and then it's actually pretty roomy in there. And while I was back here, I also noticed we've got some pretty sweet exhaust tips going on. It's a piano black rear diffuser, which I'm not 100% sure on. That's gonna get pretty dinged up and damaged, but I'm sure they're expecting people to put carbon fiber pieces on there anyway. Overall, it's pretty nice. I'm surprised it's got a little bit of a double gurney bubble going on the roof. The wheels look good, they're nice and simple. The headlights continuing to get a little bit more of that 350Z, 370Z sort of angular thing going on. And then I'm surprised they didn't do faux air inlets here. A lot of companies are doing that these days. I'd rather see active inlets than the fake ones. But let's get inside and see how I fit at 6'1". Climbing in, it's surprisingly roomy, just like the old Nissan Zs. I almost bought a 260Z back in the day, about a year ago. The deal fell through, but I was just impressed with how it drove and the interior ergonomics. This car continues with that. We've got electronically adjustable seat here. It goes back pretty good and far. I'm 6'1". This is a stick shift car, and my foot is pretty extended, pushing in the clutch. Then we've got manual seat adjustments on the side for lifting the seat up and down, and then the seat back itself goes up electrically. To get it into my proper position so that I can use the clutch pedal comfortably, I'd say right about there, you know, bring it down as far as possible is how I tend to do things. The steering wheel is adjustable. It doesn't quite come out as far as I would like, but hey, you know, if you're up in the canyons or on track, you might want to bring your seat further forward anyway. What I was really excited to check out is the shifter. This is a good old-fashioned 6-speed, and it's got pretty excellent operation. The shifts are nice and short, and then side to side, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, pretty nice, and then reverse is all the way over and down. Manual e-brake. Love a manual e-brake. Oh, I better keep that on so we don't roll away here in the Peterson. One little detail is that Nissan is going to price this pretty cheap, which means they do have to do some budget considerations here. We've got not the highest quality plastic on the dash, but this is an early pre-production, so I would imagine this is pretty well trimmed. You can see the red leather, perforated Alcantara, it looks like. I'm seeing seat heaters, but not seat ventilators. And anyone who watches this channel a lot knows that I'm obsessed with ventilated seats. There are no second row seats. This is a 2-seater only, hatchback coupe. But overall, I'm kind of digging the dash, the layout. It's more of the piano back plastic that doesn't really do it for me. I'd rather have matte just to prevent glare, and I think it wears a little bit better. The door handles are nice. It's all mechanical. You know, I'm getting out of a C8 Corvette that I have as a loaner right now, and everyth's electronic on that car, including the door handles. and you have to have a manual release down by your feet. Very odd. It's got a configurable dash, I know that. It's got an infotainment system, and it's got these sweet little pod gauges here that are definitely a reference to everyone who loves to tune their cars. We've got a full-on boost gauge and even a turbo turbine speed, which is going up to, I think, 25,000 RPMs, just in case you wanted to know how fast your turbo is spinning while it's pushing that much boost. That's the interior. I'm pretty comfortable. Slick top. You can see the double bubble here, which gives me a little bit more headroom. Again, 6'1", and I fit just fine. 6'4" and up, you might be a little tight depending on your proportions. Your knees might be bumping or your head might be bumping. Let's just double check here. Yeah, I'm all the way down in the back, and I've got the front of the seat here up a little bit. I don't know. This is my first time in it, and I'm just checking everything out. The headrests seem nice. They go up and down, and they're not too far forward canted, so that if you did put a helmet on and take this thing to the track, it wouldn't be too uncomfortable with your neck like this. For me with a helmet on, we might be pushing the limits of headroom though. The knee room is pretty good for my body, and you know, that's just about all I can tell you at this point without getting in it and taking it for a drive. Except, of course, let's fire this puppy up. Make sure we're in neutral, and the button is hidden down here. Pretty tame, not too aggressive sounding, I'd say. Let's give it a little rev here. It's got a floor hinging accelerator pedal. Thank you to whoever did that. Right now I'm on the screen that shows that the red line is 7,000 RPM, which is pretty good for a twin turbo V6. You can hear a little bit of rasp, but the car is still cold. It's got a series of gauges here. We've got oil pressure, differential oil temperature, water temperature, and engine oil temperature. We love it. A lot of cars these days don't have any of those gauges, including a BMW M2 CS that I just drove for multiple days and would only show you the coolant temperature. Come on, BMW, check out HotCars for my full review of that car. Pod gauges here have lit up. They're looking good. I love a boost gauge. Turbo speed is just probably something for your little mind to enjoy. We're low on gas, but let's give it a few more revs here. The throttle response here in park, or in neutral, is not the fastest, but again, we're definitely not warmed up. And let me give it a huge bump here. I'd say it sounds okay. We are inside, so the echoic effects of a museum, questionable. It's telling me low gas. It's got less than 1/8 of a tank, and I guess I better fire this thing down because I think a bunch more journalists are gonna wanna check it out. Click OK. I can't wait to drive this thing, experience the manual transmission, see how 400 horsepower is in a car of this size and this weight distribution. Weight is gonna be a little bit of a concern though. I think the specs are around 3,500 pounds for the manual and around 3,600 or maybe even a little more for the 9-speed automatic. I checked, those are 19-inch wheels, 255 tires up front, 275 in the back. Those are a little narrow in my humble opinion, but this car is gonna be tuner paradise. People are probably gonna drop 20s and 305 wide tires as soon as they buy one of these things. Again, can't wait to drive it and experience the new generation, probably the last gasoline generation of the iconic Z that I've always loved. If you learned anything from this video, from checking out the interior and hearing the engine noise, please leave us a like and subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments if there's anything else you want to learn, and to check out everything we've done covering the leaks, the videos, the reviews so far of the Nissan Z, go to HotCars.com. We've got a ton of coverage of this awesome car. Thanks again for watching, and before you leave, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out. Thanks.